Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast.
Is this thing on? I said shots to Nick and Dawn. Him on the air radio every Sunday night, man. What up? Red Dragons. Shout out to the boy Nick. I see you, Don. You about to witness the real talk, real talk. Put it in your ear. We reaching for the sky, but we put it in the air. Not a glass jar, but I tell it to you clear. Hammer on the air, we rock. Here's your whip, man. Hammer on the air, here's this mic here for nothing. My demographic poor dude box office numbers. Weekend review said we number one getters. Now y'all all here, we're number one getters. Turn it on, Nick and Dawn. And I'm like, turn it up, what the fuck, We air it out, wear it out, and we winning. Him on the air, follow back, and we trending. You can't tell me what I bet not be. Don't give a FCK about the FCC. I'm the head for the hellas, voice for the voices. Him on the air Sunday night, and I'm off this.
Am I on the air? Oh yeah. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back. It's time once again for a brand new Am I on the Air? I am your host, DX Don Mega.
Don Mega, Don Mega.
Mega. And I'm so glad to be back with you here tonight, this Sunday, July 27th. It's been about 12 days since my last episode, which was Apes on Horses, and I hope you all enjoyed that. Since then, we have also put out the spoiler review, the Am I Still on the Air spoiler review for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, so I hope you have checked that out as well. If you haven't, and you're looking for some spoiler reviews, once again, always check out Am I Still on the Air? If you go to the official webpage, it's amiontheair.com. Just look at the very top toolbar there, and you'll see a link that says Am I Still on the Air? It's also available on reddragonsradio.com as well. And Am I Still on the Air are spoiler-filled reviews. So on my last regular Am I on the Air, I did the spoiler-free review of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was on the episode Apes on Horses. Then I was joined later in the week by Geeky Pat and For My Peoples, as I usually have for the spoiler reviews. And we did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, so really good hour-long discussion about an amazing movie, so check that out if you haven't. And I am back tonight once again. It is July 27th. Didn't do a show last week. It's been super busy. So much going on right now in real life, and sometimes you run into issues and you can't get things done. I was gonna do a new show about midweek, and then Comic-Con came, and I said, you know what? It'd be probably best to just wait a couple extra days and then go back to my normal Sunday night time and bang out a full-on episode. This is going to be jam-packed, ladies and gentlemen. I have all the Comic-Con news for you. I have all the news from the last 2 weeks. And on top of that, I got 3 movie reviews for you. I'm going to tell you tonight's title of the show, and then you can probably figure out what movie reviews I have for you. Tonight, it's Season 8, Episode 23, and tonight's show is titled Lucy and Hercules Purge. So I hope that gives it away for you. Yes, I will be reviewing the Purge Anarchy. I will be reviewing Hercules, and I will be reviewing Lucy. So Hercules and Lucy, brand new this weekend. Saw both of them. And last weekend saw the Purge Anarchy, but I didn't do a show last week, so I never got to talk about that. So I'll be running down all 3. I will probably be having a new Am I Still in the Air spoiler review for Hercules later in the week. So keep an eye out for that as well. With definitely, I saw the movie with For My Peoples and Kiki Pat as usual, and I think we'll get together and we'll probably bang out one of those as well. Also, this past week, I have to shout out For My Peoples too. He has his show, The People's Forum, and on The People's Forum, you can check that out on reddragonsradio.com. He kicked off his show's debut by doing the history of comic book films. And I was lucky enough to be a guest on that show. And we thought it was going to be one episode. And then we went about 2 hours, and we were only at the year 2000. So we did a second part to kind of wrap it up. And then we only got to 2008. So last week we did part 3, and it was a 4-hour episode. I am not joking. A 4-hour episode. And we finished, but it took 4 hours. So I am waiting for Peeps to go ahead and post that. I believe he's going to break those 4 hours into 2 more episodes. So it's going to be a total of 4 different episodes to get you through on all comic book films. It's a great listen, though. Listen to what's already on there. Part 1 and 2 is already up on reddragonsradio.com. Check it out. Yours truly is a guest host on there. And we talk about all comic book films. You know, the big ones, the little ones, ones we liked, the ones we didn't like. I mean, it's all on there. So if you love comic book movies, it's a great listen. All right, so definitely check that out, the People's Forum or reddragonsradio.com, and you can hear me on that. And if you're a wrestling fan, you can also hear me. I made a guest appearance on Pro Wrestling Nation last week as well. And that was a lot of fun. Most of you know I used to do a wrestling show called Future Endeavors. And I haven't talked wrestling on a podcast since February, so it was really nice to go on Pro Wrestling Nation and get to do a little shout out for Red Dragons Radio, and go ahead and talk some wrestling again. So I have been keeping very busy in the podcast world, just not here on the air. So it's time to get back to the basics, hit you up on my own show, and get you caught up to speed. So it's going to be a big show, so I'm not going to delay anymore. Let's get it going. Let's start with some movie reviews. I'm going to kick things off with the Purge Anarchy, and so this, of course, is the sequel to the first Purge that came out about a year ago, and the original Purge starred Ethan Hawke, and it was a home invasion type film, and, you know, the premise, of course, of the Purge was that on March 21st, for 12 hours, all crime is legal, and anything can go, even murder. And so great concept, right? Awesome concept. So I was super stoked to see the original film, and I like the original film, but I felt it was very tied. Its wrists were tied because it was a home invasion film. Everything, you know, took place in the house on the night of the Purge as Ethan Hawke tried to protect his family. And that was all well and good, but for a movie like The Purge, and with how great that scenario is, I needed more. And I felt like the possibilities were endless when it came to something like that. So, when this one came out and I started to see the trailers, I was super stoked because it was exactly what I wanted. The Purge Anarchy takes place out on the streets. You know, it follows several people trying to, you know, make it out of the night alive during the Purge, and all hell is breaking loose. So, you know, the Purge Anarchy really took a little bit of a shift, whereas the first movie was considered kind of a horror film. Anarchy is basically an action movie, and, you know, it follows several sets of people. There's a couple that their car ends up breaking down, and then they go on the run, and then there's a mother and daughter that their house gets broken into, so then they go on the run. And then there's also Frank Grillo. Most people will know Frank Grillo now from Captain America: The Winter Soldier. He played one of the SHIELD agents that went bad, and he's going to become Crossbones in Captain America 3. Frank Grillo was amazing in this film, and he's the Punisher in this movie. So for you comic book fans out there that haven't seen The Purge Anarchy, think about this. If you were wondering if you should see Purge Anarchy, I say definitely go out and see it. And if you're a fan of the Punisher, go watch this movie and just imagine that Frank Grillo's character is the Punisher. Just picture in your mind a little skull on his shirt, and you will be watching a Punisher film. It's that good. Frank Grillo was awesome. He's badass in this. The violence was off the chain. It really captured, the essence of what the Purge was on a night like that. And it's got some, kind of weird little creepy twists and turns. In the end, I really, really enjoyed it. It actually exceeded my expectations. I believe I gave the first Purge movie 3 out of 5 stars. This one I gave 4 out of 5. I liked it a million times over the first film. I loved everything about this one. It was nice to see the Purge go down on a street level. Like I said, the concept of the Purge is amazing because it's a concept that allows every sequel going forward to be something new and unique. There's so many possibilities. You could have the Purge in Hawaii, and you can have the Purge in New York, and you can do a Purge in Michigan, Purge in Florida, and always have different scenarios, so the possibilities are endless when it comes to sequels for a movie like this. But I absolutely loved the Purge Anarchy, and definitely, like I said, 4 out of 5 stars for me, a ton of fun, and I highly recommend you go check it out. Alrighty, word. I'm going to take a drink. Alright. Next up, Hercules. Hercules. This, of course, starring my main man, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is a brand new action film directed by Brett Ratner. I've been looking forward to this because I'm a gigantic Rock fan. He would be my favorite actor going today. And I support anything that The Rock is a part of. And, watching the previews and everything for this, all I wanted from this was good old-fashioned fun. I just wanted a good fun time, a movie that didn't take itself very seriously, gave me some good action, and Rock kicking some ass. And this film delivered all of that, just like I had hoped. It was really cool. I saw it in IMAX 3D, and it worked. It really popped in IMAX. I thought the 3D had some good uses. Rock is amazing as Hercules. He just delivers everything spot on. He's so badass. His whole crew is badass in this film. And it's the perfect runtime. This movie's just about an hour and a half exactly. And that works so well for a movie like this because the pacing stays up. Everything flows the right way. You don't have to get bogged down by a bunch of unnecessary stuff. Basically, the gist of the story is just, everybody knows the tales of Hercules, the son of Zeus, and how he's legendary and he's fought, all of these mythical beasts and everything. And then, of course, this kingdom comes to him and his crew and says, we need your help. And they enlisted his help to try to, beat these centaurs and all this stuff that's going on. It's a run-of-the-mill type story, but the way that they handled it was so good. And like I said, Rock just killed it in this film. I know this was a passion project for him. This is something he's really wanted to do for a long time, and I thought he killed it as Hercules. There's much more to this movie, and there's a lot of twists and turns, but we'll save that for the spoiler review, because of course we are spoiler-free here. All I'm going to say for Hercules is that it was a ton of fun. I think you should go out and see it. I gave Hercules 4 out of 5 stars. The only reason I didn't give it 5 stars is because I felt like the movie should have been rated R. I'm a big sucker for rated R films, and I think that when you have a movie like this that has the potential for violence and blood and a little bit of gore, maybe even some nudity and stuff like that, you take those opportunities. And I felt like with this movie being PG-13, that they lost out on some of that potential. So if it was rated R, I'm sure this would have been a 5-star movie for me. But because it was PG-13, I gave it a 4-star. it really gave me everything I wanted. Like I said, I just wanted to have a really good time and see Rock kick some ass, and I got that. So check out Hercules, 4 out of 5 stars. And last review here is Lucy. Lucy is the new Scarlett Johansson film. It just came out 2 days ago, and it's actually the number one movie in America. We'll get to the box office later for that shocking turnout. One movie in America. If you've seen the trailers, it looks amazing. I mean, Lucy tells the story of Scarlett Johansson's character. She gets these drugs put inside her stomach, and then she gets beat up after the fact. And when she's getting kicked in her stomach, the pack of drugs that has been put in there get busted open, and the drugs affect her brain, and it ends up enhancing her brain mentality. They say that the average person only uses 10% of their brain, and then what this drug does for Lucy is it opens it up for her to get all the way up to 100% usage of her brain. I really dug this movie. I thought it was super cool, spooky in parts, really visually entertaining. I mean, all the things she was able to start doing and throughout the movie you'll see, like, it starts off at 10%, and then it'll be like 20%, 30%, and it starts going through the percentage as the movie goes on, and you see her get, bigger and bigger and bigger. Scarlett Johansson, first and foremost, is awesome in this film. I mean, I love her and everything as it is, but she is really, really good in this film. And she knows action movies so well, and she does so good in this one. And you may be wondering, how the hell does she get drugs in her stomach? I mean, basically, she's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and this Chinese dictator guy, he needs her to smuggle the drugs back into the States. So the way that they get these people to smuggle drugs is they open up, kind of like their side, and they stick the drugs in, and they patch it back up. So then, therefore, they'll never find it in your luggage or your clothes or anything like that. So it's a very interesting concept. But then when she starts getting kicked, like I said, she has this fresh wound, and it opens up this drug. And they go on to explain that the drug is some kind of hormone that pregnant women get. But then if it's synthetic and it's overdone, then it just, they don't understand how she's even alive at this point, because those kind of drugs at that kind of level should have definitely killed her. Like I said, as her brain mentality goes on, she starts to do some really cool stuff, and this movie was a ton of fun until the last 15-20 minutes. This movie took a real big nosedive at the end, as it started to get way too out there. I mean, when she hits like 90% and then 100%, you're just sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And I actually saw this one with my wife, and we looked at each other and we're like, really? Like, what is going on right now? And when the movie was over, she said the same thing to me, that she enjoyed the whole film until about the last 20 minutes. And unfortunately, that is the case with Lucy. It just takes a nosedive at the end. It's like they tried to get too fancy, and they didn't know how to come back from it at the end. And that's unfortunate, because 90% of the film is really, really good. So, unfortunately, the ending totally screws it up. So for me, on the star scale, on the 5-star mega scale, I gave Lucy 3.5. I would have given it 4 easily, but with that ending, it just couldn't ring a 4 for me anymore. It didn't make sense to leave it at a 4 scale when that ending was just so bad. The potential's maybe there for sequels, and maybe we'll get something better in the future, but for right now, it was just one of those things that the ending was too much of a clusterfuck, and they tried to get too crazy, and it really took away from the film. So even though the first hour and a half of the movie's great, the last half hour takes a nosedive. So for me, I had to drop it half a star for that, so I gave it 3.5 out of 5. So there's your 3 big movie reviews of the week, my friends. Let's run them down again. The Purge, Anarchy, 4 out of 5 stars. Hercules, 4 out of 5 stars. And Lucy, 3.5. out of 5 stars. For your movie reviews of the week. Okay. Now, let's get caught up with all of the big news over the last couple weeks, and then of course we are going to dive into the big Comic-Con announcements that have come out. I will say this about Comic-Con, and of course I'll talk about it more later, but little disappointed in the lack of updates. No big schedule announcements from DC or casting, and no big news from Marvel either. So, kind of a ball drop there, but I don't know. Hopefully there's something else planned here as we get closer to things. Alright, let's go into the news. We have a very cool picture, the cover of Entertainment Weekly, which features Avengers Age of Ultron. It's got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Chris Evans as Captain America, and of course Ultron himself standing in between them, who's voiced by James Spader in the film. Ultron looks pretty badass. I love Captain America's new outfit, and even the new Iron Man armor looks cool, because they went back to more of the red color than the gold. So very cool cover. Check that out on the Twitter page if you haven't seen it yet. We have an Everything Wrong with The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. So check that out if you haven't yet. Shameless, the TV show over on Showtime, they have added Dermot Mulroney to season 5. So he'll be joining the cast there. We have a really cool article up on the Twitter and Facebook page about Ronda Rousey. For those of you who don't know, Ronda is the women's champion over at the UFC, and she's been doing some movies. She's going to be in The Expendables 3 coming up here in a couple weeks. She's going to be in Fast and Furious 7. She's definitely making a name for herself, and she wants to become the female Rock. And it's a really cool little article up there just about her, and her ambitions, so you can check that out. Jason Sudeikis and Jeremy Irons have joined the new Jesse Owens drama called Race. They've added to that. Christian Bale's looking at doing a new movie for Fox called Travis McGee. Fatboy Slim has slammed Simon Cowell's DJ competition show. Yes, Simon Cowell's looking to do a new show. His X Factor got canceled here in the U.S. Of course, he's not on American Idol anymore. So next step, he's looking to do a competition show about being a DJ. And Fatboy Slim, who's a DJ himself, has slammed this and said, nope. Pretty much told Cowell to F off because he asked Fatboy Slim to be a guest judge. And it's just one of those things, where Fatboy Slim's saying that him and the whole rest of the DJ community is saying they want no piece of this show. So, sorry, Simon. We have the first official teaser trailer for Annabelle. Annabelle is the new spin-off horror movie from The Conjuring. It's about the little doll. In the Everything Wrong With department, we have Everything Wrong With the Fantastic Four, and there's also, on top of that, the Everything Wrong With the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer as well. So both movies have an Everything Wrong With out now. Alex Kurtzman and Chris Morgan are developing a cinematic universe for the classic Universal monsters. This is something that we've talked about here before in the show. It was a long time ago. We haven't heard anything in a bit. And now they're making it official once again that they're looking to do a shared cinematic universe like Marvel does, but do it for the classic Universal monsters like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Mummy, all of those. So they'll have individual films, but they'll all kind of live in that same universe. So you can get kind of Avengers of monsters there coming up. So that is pretty cool. Let's see here. What else we got? In the comics, Sam Wilson, who of course plays the Falcon, he's your new Captain America. He's taken over the Captain America spot in the new Cap comic books. So this is supposed to be just the comic books. Should have no play on the film franchise, but just thought I'd let you know. Ron Howard is going to direct a new documentary on the early days of the Beatles. Sony's Adam Sandler Candyland film is being threatened in a lawsuit. Yes, you heard me right. Adam Sandler is looking to do a Candyland movie, and the makers of Candyland, not the people behind the board game, but the people that created the characters in the board game, are suing to put a halt to it, saying they don't want their characters in the movie. So they got this whole drama going on now. So who knows? I guess I don't know. I'm okay waiting a little bit longer for the Candyland movie from Adam Sandler. 2.5 Men is going to be exploring a gay adoption angle in its final season. This is kind of crazy. I was reading this article, and it goes on to say that in the last season here of 2.5 Men coming up, that Walden, who's Ashton Kutcher's character, gets a health scare, and then he decides he wants to adopt a child. But he's having a hard time being a single person trying to adopt a child, so he proposes to Alan, and Alan accepts, and then they try to adopt together, and actually get married. This sounds so crazy, so over the top, and it's actually a fraud thing on this TV show, which is kind of weird that they'd be doing this fraud angle. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of 2.5 Men. The show is kind of obviously taking a nosedive since Charlie Sheen's not on it anymore, but this whole gay adoption thing is just super odd and out there, but that's what's happening in the new season of 2.5 Men. So there you go. We got the full list of the MTV Video Music Award nominees on our Facebook and Twitter page, so you can check that out. I usually would run that down, but there's so much to talk about tonight, I don't want to waste any more time just on music nominees. So if you're interested, just definitely check out the article on our Twitter and Facebook page. Big Bang Theory, the stars are still without a contract right now. They're in negotiations. They're supposed to start filming here any week now. They're kind of pulling a Friends. The two leads and Kaylee Cuoco are negotiating together, and they're looking to get, I think, close to $1 million an episode. And then Raj and the other guy are negotiating separately for their own deal. So they're in a big negotiation. It kind of puts the company already at risk because they've already greenlit the series all the way up through season 10, and I believe they're just going into number 8 right now. So, kind of crazy. And we'll let you know what happens as we get closer to them finally signing their contracts. But as of right now, they are still not signed to come back. True Blood's Deborah Ann Wall is signed on to become Karen Page in Netflix's Daredevil series. So, I don't watch True Blood. I'm not sure how Deborah is, but she's pretty hot. And I've talked to a couple people that do watch True Blood, and they say she's really, really good. So that is cool, and I'm glad to see that she's going to be joining Daredevil. Star Wars Episode 7 has added Christina Chong. For those of you that love Sons of Anarchy, I got some news for you. The final season of Sons of Anarchy rides in on Tuesday, September 9th. So that is when that comes out. Speaking of September, Kevin Smith's new film Tusk will be coming out in September as well. Seth Gordon's Uncharted movie is going to be starting production in early 2015. So that is pretty cool. I think it's about time we finally get that Uncharted film. That is faux show. TNT has renewed The Last Ship, Major Crimes, and Falling Skies. I believe it's going to be the last season for Falling Skies as well. But congratulations to all those shows getting renewals. I've only watched the pilot episode of The Last Ship, and I liked it, but I've just fallen completely behind. I haven't been able to watch any of the other episodes since, so I'm like 5 episodes behind now, I think, at this point. But glad to see it get a second season. So congratulations. The Last Ship, Major Crimes, and Falling Skies renewed over at TNT. So we all know that the Vision is going to be in Avengers 2. Word coming out of this is that Ultron will create Vision. So there's been a lot of speculation on how Vision will come into play in the movie, and it sounds like Ultron will create Vision in the film, but Vision will end up being good as Ultron is bad, and he's trying to, reprogram all of the other robots. In the movie, supposedly Iron Man, since he's retired as Iron Man, has gone ahead and he's created what he calls the Iron Army, and they're just pre-programmed robots that help protect the world while the Avengers are busy or, off doing other missions and stuff. And, of course, one of them goes rogue and becomes Ultron, and then kind of takes over the army of the Iron Man robots, and, that becomes the Iron Army. And then he also creates Vision, which I think he creates Vision later in the film, and then finally comes up with that. So, interesting stuff, and I can't wait to finally see a first official picture of Vision from Avengers 2. At Comic-Con, they released some character posters, and we have them all up on our Facebook page. And if you look in the top left corner of the, I believe it's the Thor, it's the Quicksilver poster, you'll see Vision flying in the sky. He's looking in the other direction, though, so you only kind of see him from behind. But that is Vision, ladies and gentlemen, so that's pretty cool. Yes, Falling Skies over on TNT has been renewed for a 5th and final season, so that is going to be its last season. Mark Ruffalo is looking into doing a Columbo movie. That would be pretty cool. So Columbo, of course, the TV series back in the day. Mark Ruffalo, I think, would be a great, spot to take that over. So, very cool. We also have a picture. It's the first look of Peter Dinklage and Adam Sandler in Chris Columbus's new film, Pixels. I'm very excited about Pixels. This is the movie where video game villains have come to life, and they're kind of taking over the world, and so they recruit all of the old school top gamers from the 80s. It's a really funny, cool concept, and I hope this is a big movie here for Sandler. I think it looks awesome, and this first picture is pretty funny, especially of Dinklage. Michael B. Jordan, who is going to be the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four reboot, he says that Fantastic Four is not your typical superhero film. I love when these quotes come out, because I think every comic book movie, somebody in those say, this isn't your typical movie. So, it's one of those things that it's like, stop saying that shit. You're still just a comic book movie, okay? I don't care how you want to swing it around. Let's see here. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are going to star together for the first time since Mr. and Mrs. Smith in Universal Pictures' new film By the Sea. The CW's Flash TV series has just added Wentworth Miller to the cast, so that is cool. The Shining prequel, it's called Overlook Hotel, has finally officially landed its director. It's really nobody even worth me giving you the name, because you're not going to know who I'm talking about. But it has a director, so check it out. Also adding a director is the third film in the Ring franchise. Yes, The Ring. I thought The Ring was all done. I never thought we'd see another version of this film. But Paramount Studios wants it. They wanted to do a threequel, and they want to do the third one in 3D, of course. So they have signed on a director, and they're putting together the script, and they're getting ready to do The Ring Part 3. Alexandra Shipp has been added to the Aaliyah Lifetime biopic film. Zendaya, remember, was supposed to be Aaliyah, and then she dropped out. This is the replacement, Alexandra Shipp. CW has renewed Whose Line Is It Anyway for a third season, so that is cool. Congratulations. Ben Whishaw has replaced Colin Firth as Paddington Bear's voice in the new film. I'm not familiar with Ben Whishaw, but I'm glad that they were able to find a new voice to take over for Paddington after Colin Firth dropped out because he felt his voice did not fit the Bears. Jamie Presley is going to be joining the next season of CBS's Mom, so that is cool. Homeland Season 4 is going to premiere Sunday, October 5th. So that is cool. I do like Homeland myself. The DC movie and TV worlds will not cross over. The head of DC Comics came out. This question comes up all the time, where they're saying, will it be in the same shared universe? Because of course we know Marvel loves this. They keep everything shared. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is shared. Anything they do, like in the new Agent Carter series, will be shared. They keep everything together. Even all the new Netflix shows will be in the same shared universe. So people were wondering, is DC going to do the same? We have Green Arrow on television. We got Flash coming out. But they came out and they officially set the record straight. The DC movie and the TV worlds will not cross over. So, sorry to burst anyone's bubble. Supernatural is going to be continuing for a while. It looks like it's not ending anytime soon, according to producers. So, you can pre-order right now over on Amazon a exclusive Blu-ray deluxe collector set. It comes in a bust of Caesar's head. This is a badass set. I like that they're doing these really cool collector sets because, Transformers Age of Extinction comes with an Optimus riding Grimlock, which I can't wait to get that one. And this one looks awesome too. It's a big bust of just Caesar's head, and it opens up and it has the movies inside. Pretty damn awesome. I must be getting that. So, I am super, super stoked at this right here. So, check it out if you like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then check out the collector set. Alrighty, next up, Marvel has set dates for 5 new films throughout 2019. 5 of them. Now, we don't know what any of them are going to be, so I can't give you that. But I can give you the dates. So, let's see here. We already know that, first and foremost, the 5 new dates are this: July 28th, 17, November 3rd, 2017, July 6th, 2018, July 2nd, 2018, and May 3rd, 2019. Alright? So those are your 5 brand new dates. This still already has placeholders for a July 8th, 2016, and then another one on May 5th, 2017. We do know for sure that the 3rd Captain America film will come out on May 6th, 2016, and now they've booked July 28th, 2017, November 3rd, 2017, November 2nd, 2018, May 3rd, 2019. We know Doctor Strange is coming. We do know now after Comic-Con, and I was going to get to this later, but the mysterious... Sorry, I had to sneeze. The mysterious July 28th, 17 date that they have officially was announced at Comic-Con that will be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So that's great news because Guardians hasn't even come out yet, and the studio is that impressed with everyone involved and with all the early word that they've already greenlit and said part 2 is coming. So yes, they've taken that first new date that they picked up, which is the July 28th, 17. So the rest of them, I don't know. And there's some more news coming up later with the dates on Marvel's side. So lots of stuff going on. As you can see, in a couple of those years, there's 3 films lined up, which Marvel's never done more than 2 in a year. So that is pretty interesting. Alrighty, so let's see here. Let me keep trucking through here. On our Facebook page and Twitter page, we have a video, pretty cool video. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy featurette that's all about the film being in IMAX. Now, if you haven't heard already, and I did talk about this on another show, but the film has special scenes that were shot differently just for the IMAX version. So I know damn straight that'll be the version I'm seeing when I go to the theater. IMAX 3D, baby, all the way. We have a new trailer for the Imitation Game, which stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley. The Rockford Files and Maverick star James Garner has passed away at the age of 86. So it is of natural causes, so that is great. And but he will be missed, and we say goodbye to James Garner. We do know that there's a new Power Rangers movie coming, and producer Roberto Orsi hints at connections to the original series and says that they may even have some original cast members return. So that is cool. I'm glad that they're going to not leave out anything from the past. They said that, the studio knows that they have a mythology and they've got a long-running history, and they don't want the movie to just kind of disregard all that. So they're going to include it, and you may even see some cast members coming back. Marvel has come out again and once again stated there is no Planet Hulk film. People keep talking about this, and they keep shooting it down. No Planet Hulk film. All right. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson confirms once again that he has signed a new DC Comics role, and he says that the announcement will be coming very, very soon. And this is something that was teased all week long. Everyone thought he was going to drop the news at Comic-Con, and he didn't. DC didn't. What is going on? But he keeps hinting that he's going to be Shazam or Black Adam. He posted that the character he will be playing is as strong as Superman, and all you have to do is say the word, which made everybody go ballistic and say, "Oh my God, he's going to be Shazam! Oh my God!" And then he posted a picture of Black Adam getting ready to punch Shazam, and the tweet just said, "Someone's going to get it." So then people were like, "Oh shit, he's Black Adam!" So. There's so many ways this can go. I hope he's trolling everybody and it ends up being something totally different than Shazam, which would be pretty funny. But I'm just really disappointed that we didn't get the official word at Comic-Con. So, but hey, he says it's coming soon. Vin Diesel has come out. His next movie is going to be The Last Witch Hunter. He's still looking to do the Hannibal film that he's been talking about doing for years. But he is going to be doing Kojak, which is, based on a TV show. He's doing his version of that, and he has stated for sure, once again, that he is doing XXX3. So, very cool. XXX3, Kojak, The Last Witch Hunter, and Hannibal, all on the agenda for Vin Diesel. Speaking of The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel, Michael Caine has just joined the cast for that. FX has renewed Fargo for Season 2 and Louie for Season 5. Godzilla is coming to DVD and Blu-ray in September. FX has passed on Charlie Kaufman's new comedy How and Why. No real reason why they passed on it, but it was supposed to be coming to the FX channel, and FX has passed on it. Idris Elba is in talks for Guy Ritchie's new King Arthur film. That'd be cool. There will also be no Guardians of the Galaxy / Hulk team-up movie, says director of Guardians of the Galaxy James Gunn. This is a little sad. I'm a little bummed out, because when I read you guys the rumor of that Hulk in Guardians sequel coming up, I was really, really excited about that, because I thought that made a lot of sense. If you're not going to do another Hulk standalone film, put him with Guardians. Do something cool where he's like out of his realm and he's in space and he can help fight with the Guardians. And it just sounded like it made a lot of sense. And Marvel's not usually a studio to just say things to throw you off their scent, but they were pretty adamant here that there is no plan to do a Hulk and Guardians team-up film. So, just so you know, I'm going to bring you the bad news on that. Transformers 4 has become the first film of 2014 to hit $1 billion. So congratulations to Paramount and Michael Bay and Transformers and everybody. $1 billion. I know in China alone, it just passed 400 million bucks. Which, so, like I said, it is the biggest movie ever in China, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 400 million bucks in China and $1 billion worldwide. Kevin Sorbo, who most people will know as the original Hercules in the old TV show in the 90s, he's angry that he is not in the new Hercules film with The Rock. He says he reached out to Brett Ratner and the crew and said, I would love to come on and do a cameo role, and they never got back to him. And he says it's stupid, and they should have paid respect, and they should have had him in there. Kevin, get over yourself, man. There's no need to have you in this new Hercules film. As cute as it may have been to kind of do a little nod, most of the age demographic that is watching the new Hercules film does not know who you are and wouldn't have even noticed. So, it's not that big of a deal, and you look like a jackass getting mad about this. Alrighty, moving on. Sandra Bullock is doing the real-life story about the lady that started Tupperware, and the movie's been acquired by Sony Pictures. So, there you go. Sons of Anarchy has recruited Malcolm Jamal Warner for its final season. Netflix has passed 50 million subscribers. Wow. Congratulations to Netflix. Killing it. FXX is going to start airing The Simpsons. And to get ready and prepare for the debut of The Simpsons on FXX, they're going to air all 552 episodes of The Simpsons and the movie in chronological order. Wow. That's going to be pretty insane, and you can check that out on FXX. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has casted Lucy Lawless to join the second season. Pretty cool, like Lucy, and I think she'll be a great addition to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Forbes has named Robert Downey Jr. Hollywood's highest paid actor, and this is also for the second year in a row. So that is pretty damn cool. Let me read you, I'm pulling it up right now, I'm going to read you the whole top 5 list here of the top paid Hollywood actors. If I can find it. Bear with me. Here it is. Top 10. Alright, you ready? Number 10, Mark Wahlberg, $32 million. Number 9, Will Smith with $32 million. Number 8, Christian Bale, $35 million. Number 7, Ben Affleck, $35 million. Number 6, Liam Neeson, $36 million. Number 5, Chris Hemsworth, $37 million. Number 4, Leonardo DiCaprio, $39 million. Number 3, Bradley Cooper, $46 million. Number 2, The Rock, $52 million. And number 1, Robert Downey Jr. with $75 million. That is disgusting. Alright? It is disgusting. $75 million. He didn't even do a movie last year. And he's number 1. Because it's all that Avengers money right there. Donkey Kong, Frogger, and Q*bert are some of the characters that will be appearing in that new Adam Sandler Pixels film. We have an article out on the new Halloween Complete Collection Blu-ray set of all the full special features that are on that. You can check that out on the Facebook and Twitter page. Fargo's second season is going to actually take place in 1979. So it's going to be kind of a prequel there. Marvel's release agenda says they want their template to be sequel and new franchise every year. So they use, for example, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. Next year will be Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and then Ant-Man. So they're looking to do something like that, where you have your established sequel, and then your brand new spin-off franchise. So that is their agenda, and then it's not locked or set in stone, but that is what Marvel wants to do. Going back to the Pixels movie, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and Frogger are also looking to appear in the new film. Congratulations to Angelina Jolie's Maleficent. The movie has just crossed $700 million on the worldwide box office. Very, very cool. We have the Honest trailer for Divergent. I actually have up on our Facebook and Twitter page the entire red carpet stream of Guardians of the Galaxy's red carpet premiere. So this was on July 22nd. It aired live on YouTube, and we posted the video. It has all the actors coming in, some interviews. It's actually really, really cool. So you can, if you want to check out that red carpet premiere, take a look on our Facebook and YouTube page. Cameron Crowe's next movie has been delayed to May 2015. We have the new trailer for If I Stay, which is the new film starring Chloe Grace Moretz. X-Men Days of Future Past is hitting DVD and Blu-ray in October. The How I Met Your Mother Complete Series DVD set is coming September 23rd, and it will also include the series finale alternate ending. We have the new trailer for The November Man. I think The November Man looks pretty damn cool. Comes out the end of August, by the way, starring Pierce Brosnan. Edgar Wright has lined up his next film. It will be a movie called Baby Driver. So that is cool. Will Ferrell and Adam McKay are reteaming for the new film Manimal. Don't know much about it, but supposedly it's going to be a CG animation / live action hybrid film. So Manimal. The new Battlefield Hardline game has officially been delayed to 2015. Wow, wow. I'm not a big fan of Battlefield, so anytime I see them get pushed back a little bit and people don't get what they want, I laugh. Haley Atwell confirms that her character Peggy Carter will appear in a scene in Avengers Age of Ultron. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people are speculating it will just be a flashback scene, though, with Captain America during some kind of dream sequence or whatever the case may be. That's when you'll see her scene, but she'll have something. Anthony Hopkins and Evan Rachel Wood are going to star in J.J. Abrams' new Westworld pilot over on HBO. Got a pretty big article up with Simon Kinberg. He's the one that wrote X-Men Days of Future Past. He's also doing X-Men Apocalypse. He also wrote the new Fantastic Four reboot as well. So I have a big article up with him talking X-Men Apocalypse, Gambit, and the Fantastic Four. So I'm not going to get into everything here. But if you like to check it out on the Twitter page. Robert Downey Jr. has now hinted that he's open to returning to Iron Man 4. Of course he is, because you know what? He likes money. He loves money. I love gold. Robert Downey Jr. loves money. He loves what these films do for his career. But supposedly he's having such a blast doing Avengers 2 that he's saying, yeah, if the script's good and we got a story to tell, I'm totally down to do Iron Man 4. Thanks, RDJ. I'm glad you've seen the light. Disney has set Pirates of the Caribbean 5 to release in 2017. So that is cool. 17. Remember, that film was originally supposed to come out in 2015, so it's been bumped back so far. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They need to stop. There's not even a need for Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Just to say. Gilbert. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's already almost 12:30 in the morning now, so I'm starting to get real tired. Guillermo del Toro has stated that Pacific Rim 2 is going to explore more of the kaiju's homeworld, so that is really cool. Lots of shifting in the Spider-Man universe. So let's get into this story. there's been a lot going down in the Spider-Man world, and it was, whether we were going to get, another Spider-Man first. We know they were setting up for the Sinister Six film, and we just didn't know what direction they were going to take this stuff. So Sony has finally come out, and they have figured it out, supposedly, and they have lined it all up for us, and it's not looking good for the Spider-Man people. Alright? So this is what happens when your Spider-Man 2 comes out and people don't really care for it. Sinister Six is going to be up first, and Sinister Six is going to be released on November 11th, 2016. Okay? Now, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 has been pushed back to May 4th, 2018. Yes, you heard me right. May 4th, 2018. 4 years after The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's damn insane, Sony. That's pretty damn insane. Don't know, man. This is bad. Sony also had a release date for The Amazing Spider-Man 4, which was originally slated to be in 2018. See, by this time in 2018, they should have been on the 4th movie, and now they're only going to be hitting the 3rd movie in that time frame. Once again, the Sinister Six, which is going to be the villain-centric movie, will be released November 11th, 2016, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 will be in 2018, May 4th, 2018. Wow. So yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sony is not sure what the hell they're doing with their Sony Cinematic Universe, Spider-Man Cinematic Universe anymore, and they've pushed everything back. No word yet on the Venom film either, which kind of sucks, because I wanted to see the Venom film. Now officially has a full release date. We told you he was going to go into production in 2015. Uncharted is now set for a June 10th, 2016 date. So congratulations there. June 10th, 2016 for Uncharted. Sinister 2 has also been set for August 2015. So yes, Sinister 2 in August. On Arrow, Roy Harper, who everybody thought was going to become Red Arrow, he is going to be now called Arsenal. And we have the first official picture of him as Arsenal. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty much like Arrow, just red. Let me see here. Oh, Marvel. What have we done? May 4, 2018. Week. So it looks like May 3rd, 2019 is another new Marvel date that they've added. So I can't even keep up with all these damn dates that Marvel keeps adding. It's getting way too confusing. So I don't even know what else to say. But one of the placeholders that Sony had for the Amazing Spider-Man 4, Sony gave up because they're not doing Amazing Spider-Man 4 anymore. So Marvel Studios grabbed it, and that may actually be the new release date for Avengers 3. So, just to let you know. Let's see. Jessica Biel is going to be appearing on the next season of New Girl, so that is cool. Congratulations to Weird Al Yankovic. His new album, Mandatory Fun, is the #1 album in America, and it's actually his first #1 album ever. So congratulations, that's pretty awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy star Zoe Saldana is pregnant. Congratulations, Zoe. But I don't know how that's going to affect some of this stuff here. She's about to start filming Avatar 2, 3, and 4 back to back. They just announced Guardians of the Galaxy 2. She's going to be pretty busy. Where are we fitting this baby in? Come on, Zoe. You need to think about these things before you start popping up babies. Jeez. Star Wars star John Boyega is teasing a Marvel role. Yes, John Boyega, who is going to be in Star Wars Episode 7, he was also in that movie Attack the Block. He made a quick little jab on Twitter the other day saying that he was booking his flight to Wakanda. So for all of you comic book fans, you know that Wakanda is where Black Panther comes from. Black Panther's been a rumored title for Marvel for many, many years. And John Boyega either might be Black Panther, and they haven't announced it yet, or he is petitioning to become Black Panther by stating that he's interested by sending out that tweet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Best Man Wedding, coming 2016. Yes, the third film from the Best Man trilogy that no one asked for gets an official 2016 release date. Best Man Wedding. Steve Carell is going to star in Disney's Brooklyn Family Robinson film. Talked about Manimal, napping up Spider-Man for his release date. Hollywood is facing its worst summer in 8 years. Yeah, they're pretty disappointed with this summer. We have Everything Wrong with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, the original film. I can't believe that was 1990, jeez. We have the first official trailer for 50 Shades of Grey. With this brand new, sultry, seductive version of Beyonce's Crazy in Love. I don't know what to think about this trailer. I think they should have released the Red Man and showed me a little something, but they didn't. It's interesting. I know my wife wants to see it, and that makes me scared that I may need to see it. But yes, finally announced the official trailer for 50 Shades of Grey. We have up the first official poster for Ant-Man. Pretty cool little poster they debuted at Comic-Con. It shows, little Ant-Man turning into big Ant-Man, and it's got little side profiles of Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas. And then Ant-Man riding a big ant with wings. It's pretty cool. Check it out on our Facebook and Twitter page. Along with the picture of Roy as Arsenal and Arrow. Next week's PS4 system update, which is 1.75, is going to be adding 3D Blu-ray film support. So there you go for those of you that have that. We have a picture of the first suits in the upcoming Max Steel movie over on the Comic-Con floor. Sony has agreed to a $15 million settlement over the 2011 PlayStation Network hacking. Pretty much what it means out of that is that you'll get some free games and maybe a couple months of PlayStation Plus. There'll be some choices for you to take on that, and I'm one of those people. So, Disney's Infinity Marvel Superheroes game gets a September 23rd release date. We have a picture from Comic-Con up on our Twitter and Facebook of the cowl from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice that Ben Affleck will be wearing. It's just the top part and the cape on display in the Comic-Con booth. Andy Samberg, Kit Harington are going to lead an all-star cast on HBO. They're doing a new sports mockumentary. I'm down. I love mockumentaries and anything with Andy Samberg. I am down. Tommy Lee Jones joins Kevin Costner and Gary Oldman in the new film Criminal. Benedict Cumberbatch has addressed the Doctor Strange rumors. They asked him about it, and he says he's interested and he would like to do it, but he doesn't think it's possible because he'll be doing some Broadway stuff, and he says that he doesn't think the schedules will match up. So he says it all sounds good, and he would have liked to have been a part of it, but, scheduling-wise, it just doesn't look like it's going to work out. So that's a bummer right there, because I really liked Benedict for that role. Early word on Guardians of the Galaxy is that it's amazing. IGN has already given the film a 9.2 out of 10. Superhero Hype has given it a 9 out of 10. I know Joe Blow loved it. All of the entertainment websites absolutely love the film and say it's fantastic. So it just makes me that much more excited. We have a new picture that Zack Snyder released of Ben Affleck as Batman. up on the Twitter and Facebook page. It's a really close-up side profile shot of Batman's face. He's looking sad again. It's always sad Batman. We need a happy Batman picture, but it's still pretty awesome nonetheless. Looks like a badass Batman. We also have the full trailer for the new documentary, The Death of Superman Lives. What Happened? Directed by John Snapp. It looks really, really cool. I'm super intrigued about this movie. This was a Superman film that was going to star Nicolas Cage. A lot of people didn't even know about this. Tim Burton was going to direct it. It's got a lot of history to it, and then the project just kind of came apart. And this whole documentary tells you what exactly happened and why did it never go down. So check out that trailer there. We have the official first trailer, and it happens to be a red band, for Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Super excited about this. I loved Hot Tub Time Machine, and this new red band trailer started off a little stupid, but once it got going, it was pretty damn hilarious, so I'm excited about that. Also have the new trailer for the new Nicole Kidman, Colin Firth film, Before I Go to Sleep, based on the best-selling novel. We have the new trailer for Whiplash, starring Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons. Teen Wolf is renewed for an expanded season 5. We have the first photo of Frozen's Elsa in Once Upon a Time. Let's see. Stephen Moffat says that Peter Jackson will probably direct a Doctor Who episode. So there you go for all you Doctor Who fans. You might be getting Peter Jackson to direct an episode. Speaking of Doctor Strange, Joaquin Phoenix is supposedly in negotiations with Marvel to become Doctor Strange. So this name came out of nowhere. We were hearing Benedict Cumberbatch. We were hearing Tom Hardy. We heard Jared Leto for a little bit. And now all of a sudden, Joaquin Phoenix comes out of left field. And supposedly, by some sources, they are in deep negotiations with him, meaning that they've already been talking about this, and they're just kind of finalizing the deal. So we'll keep you updated on that. Maybe we'll get an announcement here pretty soon. Sam Raimi announced at Comic-Con that he is going to be producing a Last of Us film. Last of Us was the video game, and it got one of the best games ever made reviews, and yeah, he's going to be producing it. He says he will not be directing it, but he will be producing it. Speaking of Sam Raimi, he is also writing an Evil Dead TV series that will possibly be starring Bruce Campbell. He's actually writing the series with Bruce Campbell, and he's thinking that Bruce will actually star in it as well. So that is pretty damn cool, man. I would love to see an Evil Dead TV series. It just better be on like Showtime or HBO or something like that. Season 5 of The Walking Dead is going to be premiering on October 12th, so check that out. Joss Whedon has teased that 4 prominent females are going to be in Age of Ultron, leading a lot of speculation that we'll finally meet Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, however you want to call it. If you count them down, 4 prominent females. We know we got Scarlet Witch, we know we got Black Widow, and we got Maria Hill from S.H.I.E.L.D. That's 3. Who's the 4th? Maybe it's Miss Marvel. We'll let you know. Patrick Wilson has exited Ant-Man, and they've cited a scheduling conflict as the reason why. I call bullshit on this, because Patrick Wilson has been signed to this film for many, many months. You now come out and say there's a scheduling conflict. If there was a scheduling conflict, you would have never signed on in the first place. I mean, that's why Adam McKay couldn't direct the film, because he knew. Patrick Wilson has been signed to this film for at least 4 months. So, this really makes no sense. Some speculation states that after Edgar Wright left the project, that Patrick Wilson left with him, and that Marvel asked him to just kind of hold off, with announcing that he was going to be leaving the movie as well, just to kind of let some of the dust settle. So it wasn't like, oh, Edgar Wright left, and now Patrick Wilson left, and some of the crew left, and they didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I feel like this is definitely the case, because some of the word I'm hearing is that, they've done a lot of rewrites on the script, and that supposedly in the rewrites, Patrick Wilson's character isn't in the movie anymore. So this isn't a role that's even going to get replaced or refilled. Patrick Wilson's gone, and that character is gone out of the script. So this must have been something in the works for a long time, and they're just trying to save face. But according on paper, Patrick Wilson is left due to a scheduling conflict. Wah, wah. I wish I knew the real story behind that, because I was looking forward to Patrick Wilson being part of this film. So it's definitely very sad that he took off on it. The first official trailer for See No Evil 2. This is the new horror movie sequel starring Kane from the WWE. So that is pretty awesome. Looks pretty cool. I actually really dug the trailer. And he's got a Jacob Goodnight is his name. And he definitely has a good look in the sequel here. That came out with Comic-Con. I think the rest of this news here is going to be pretty much Comic-Con stuff. So, during the Warner Brothers panel, Zack Snyder came out, and he showed a little teaser for Superman v Batman. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. And I actually got my hands on a little dubbed version that somebody filmed there at Hall H at Comic-Con. Got removed right away. It's no longer online anymore, so I can't post it or show you guys, but I saw it. It's really short, but it's actually really, really cool. It's raining, it's on a rooftop, the lightning's, crashing, and you see Batman standing up on the rooftop, and it's Ben Affleck in the Batman suit, and he flips on the bat signal, and the bat signal shines in the sky, and you see Batman, and Batman is in this big metal buff-looking Batman suit. Like, it's big. It's a big metal suit. And he looks up in the sky, and his eyes are glowing white in the suit. And in the ray of light of the bat signal, Superman's there. And he's just floating in the sky. And then his eyes start to turn red, like he's doing the heat vision. And then, boom, the Superman-Batman logo comes up, and it says, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. And the crowd went ballistic. So super short, super simple, but man, it teased the big smackdown between Superman and Batman right there. Batman's wearing this big metal suit, he's ready for war, and Superman's just there floating in the sky, looking down on him with his red eyes. It was pretty badass. I was super stoked to read about it. People were saying, they were pissed, there wasn't more footage and this and that. Dude, the movie doesn't even come out till 2016, so, be happy that they even showed something. So, that's a pretty badass scene. I'm happy that they showed something. And along with that, they debuted the first official picture of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And we posted it up on Twitter and Facebook. She looks incredible. I'm really impressed with it. I was curious of what kind of style suit they were going to go with, what kind of colors they were going to do with her, and it works, man. It's got darker tone to it. Her top is more of a burgundy, dark maroon color, but it has the same Wonder Woman type top. It's just the darker color, and she's wearing a skirt, but it's like a warrior type skirt, and she's got a sword in her hand, and she has, the crown in her hair. It is awesome. She looks great. Way better than I ever expected it to look with her. So, if you haven't seen the picture yet, check it out. It's pretty impressive. So now we've gotten our first official pictures of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman from this movie. And hopefully they'll be releasing more and more stuff as we get, through the filming. I'm still waiting to see a color picture of Batman. But I was very happy to see them at least release the first pic of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It looks amazing. The writer that they brought in from Argo, Ben Affleck brought in the writer from Argo to touch up the script for Batman v Superman, and he did such a great job that now Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder are trying to woo him to come back to actually write the Justice League film. So that's pretty impressive. They must have loved the script that he penned out for Batman v Superman. And hey, if you can get an Oscar award-winning writer to come in and do the Justice League film, that's going to be pretty special. So I like it. The Scorch Trials, which is the sequel to The Maze Runner, may start shooting at the end of the year. It's all going to depend on how The Maze Runner performs, but the studio is ready to go on the Scorch Trials by the end of the year if everything pans out well. S.H.I.E.L.D. has revealed a bunch of new characters for Season 2, and they've said that they're going to be adding Mockingbird to the show as well. So the team may be getting a superhero on board. That's pretty cool. James Gunn, congratulations, who is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. He is officially coming back to write and direct Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So that is awesome right there. The directors of both Captain America movies are going to direct episodes of Marvel's Agent Carter TV series. Joe Johnson, who did the first Avenger, the first Captain America film, he's going to direct the pilot. And then the Russo twins, who did Winter Soldier, they're going to do the second and third episodes, I believe. So that's pretty cool, bringing in the movie directors to go ahead and handle that. We have the first official trailer for Kevin Smith's new film, Tusk. This is the trailer they showed at Comic-Con. We have Arrow's Season 3 trailer, so you can check that out. We have the full-on Comic-Con poster for Avengers Age of Ultron. It's a cool-ass poster. You know, every day last week since Comic-Con started, they were releasing 2 character posters every day. Like, there was Scarlet Witch and Iron Man, and then Captain America and Black Widow, and then Quicksilver and Hawkeye. And then it was Hulk and Thor at the end. And then actually all those individual character posters combined together and made one bigger poster. And it's actually a sweet-ass poster when you look at it, you know, all together, because it's basically Hulk, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Captain America, Iron Man, Quicksilver, Black Widow, Thor, even Vision, all fighting all the Ultron robots. You know, because Ultron creates like his own minion like army, and it's this just hundreds of like Ultron robots fighting, and then the Avengers in the mix of it all getting like torn down in battle. It's a sweet ass poster, man. You gotta check it out. It's on the Facebook page. It's on the Twitter page. Check it out. Excuse me. At Comic-Con, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, and Gal Gadot showed up on stage after they did the teaser trailer, and they did a quick little selfie with Chris Hardwick. They didn't really say anything, which is kind of crazy that they'd bring out the 3 of them and then not even like have them say anything. But I'm looking at the picture of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman right now, and god damn, she's hot. It's a great picture. I'm so impressed by that one. All right, what else do we got? Edgar Wright is going to be directing the young adult adaptation of Grasshopper Jungle. With me, some of this stuff I've already talked about, so I'm trying to skip around. Comedy Central has renewed Drunk History and Nathan For You. Cartoon Network has renewed Adventure Time regular show. We got an article up about Star Wars Episode 7. It's with Mark Hamill. He's talking about the new cast and Harrison Ford's injury. You can check that out. Uma Thurman has joined Bradley Cooper's Adam Jones film that he's going to be ready to start filming. So you can check that out. Gareth Edwards, during the Legendary panel, he came out and he says he's definitely returning for Godzilla 2. And he also announced that Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah are going to be the big bad guys in Godzilla 2. So people are going ballistic over that news because, of course, most of the original Godzilla fans know those names for sure. Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah are original bad guys from the old school Godzilla films. So he's got his work cut out for him in the second film. Very, very cool Godzilla news. The King Kong origin movie, Skull Island, is going to be coming. And that is pretty cool. Skull Island is going to be released on November 4th, 2016. No one saw this coming. There's been no news on a new King Kong movie or anything like that, so doing Skull Island was definitely a big shocking announcement over at Comic-Con. We got some character posters for the new Mad Max film, Fury Road, and we actually just posted today the official Comic-Con trailer for Mad Max Fury Road, and it's pretty damn badass. Fury Road is actually a prequel to the Mel Gibson trilogy of Mad Max films from back in the 80s, so it looks amazing. I can't wait for this film. It comes out in 2015. Mad Max Fury Road. Check out the exclusive Comic-Con trailer. Corey Stoll, who we already knew was going to be the villain in Ant-Man, at Comic-Con it was announced that he's going to be Yellow Jacket, so that is pretty damn cool. Evangeline Lilly is going to be playing Hank Pym's daughter Hope, so she's going to be Hope Van Dyne. Officially, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was announced by Marvel July 28th, 2017. So very, very cool. Congratulations there. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, July 28th, 2017. During the Avengers panel, Josh Brolin walked on stage wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, and he talked as Thanos, and Robert Downey Jr. gave him a rose, and then he ate the rose. It was really, really cool. And I actually posted the Comic-Con panel for Avengers 2 up on our Facebook page. So go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen the video, and you can see Josh Brolin do all of this and see all the Avengers on stage together answering questions and doing their whole thing. So lots of Comic-Con videos up on the Facebook page. You need to check them out. We got the Ant-Man panel, the Avengers 2 panel, and then we also have just a lot of little like interview videos. We got an interview video up with Chris Evans and Mark Ruffalo talking about Avengers 2. Really good stuff. So just check out the Facebook page. Check out all the videos from Comic-Con. The people went nuts and said that they saw an epic trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron over at during Comic-Con, and everyone says it looks like Joss Whedon nailed it again. So it's so awesome. In the trailer, they said they saw the Hulkbuster suit versus the Hulk, Ultron, explosions, an onslaught of action, and a much more malevolent threat. Beyond awesome was the quote for that trailer that they showed. I had already announced that Andy Serkis was going to be in Avengers 2. No one knew what kind of role he was going to play, but I guess in that footage they showed at Comic-Con, he's just playing a regular old human in the movie. So it looks like he's not doing any kind of motion capture, unless he's doing something else on top of it. But it looks like he's just going to do a regular human role there. Let's see here. Yeah, Josh Brolin, Ant-Man interview. Already talked about that. Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez want to do Sin City 3. So part 2's not even out yet, but they're already pitching to the studio their ideas for number 3. So that's cool. They want to get that going. More DC characters are going to be coming to the Constantine TV show. Ra's al Ghul is going to be the main villain in Season 3 of Arrow, so that's pretty damn cool. Quentin Tarantino has confirmed that filming on The Hateful Eight will begin in 2015. Oh, and that brings us up to speed on the news. Did we do good? Where are we at time-wise? I don't know. I think I'm over an hour at this point. But, hey, there was a lot to get through. 2 weeks worth and Comic-Con and 3 movie reviews. So, thank you for running through with me. And I'll just wrap it up with the release dates and the box office, and we will close this baby up with a nice bow. On DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday is going to be Noah and the Other Woman. I just watched The Other Woman last night. It was okay. Not my personal type of flick, but my wife really wanted to watch it, and she loved it, actually. So, it was okay. There's some nice visuals on there from Kate Upton, but I'll leave it at that. In theaters on Friday, of course, is Guardians of the Galaxy, and also the James Brown biopic film, Get On Up. And now your box office top 10. Number 10, A Most Wanted Man, 2.7 million. Number 9 is Tammy, 3.4 million. Number 8 is And So It Goes, 4.6 million. Number 7 is Transformers Age of Extinction, 4.6 million. Number 6 is Sex Tape with 6 million. Number 5 is Planes, Fire and Rescue, 9.3 million. Number 4 is The Purge, Anarchy, 9.9 million. Number 3 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, 16.4 million. Number 2 in its debut, Hercules with 29 million. And number 1, surprisingly, Lucy with $44 million. So yeah, when I was talking about the reviews earlier, I was saying Lucy was the big surprise hit of the weekend. And it's a shocker. Everybody thought that Hercules was going to be the number 1 film of the weekend, or that these two films would actually be closer together. Lucy did 44. It was only projected to do about 30 from the studio. And Hercules did 29, which the studio was saying they were expecting about 25. So both films exceeded expectations, but Lucy blew the expectations away, man. 44 million is gigantic for a film like this, especially it's rated R, going up against a PG-13 movie with, Hercules at The Rock. So because Hercules only did 29 million, some people are saying like, oh, is that a disappointment, this or that. The studio is actually very pleased with the 29 million that it made. We'll see if it has any kind of legs going into August. It'd make a lot of money internationally as well, so it should definitely make its money back. So I don't think there's any worries there from anybody, but the big breakout surprise of the weekend is definitely Lucy, $44 million. So it's great. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That brings you up to speed with the latest and greatest in entertainment news right here on Am I on the Air? Let me do some shout outs here, of course, to our affiliates, reddragonsradio.com. That is your hub for all great podcasts on the web, featuring Am I on the Air? Am I Still on the Air? Pro Wrestling Nation, For My Peoples, This Week with the Geek, Inside the Ropes, the People's Forum, I should say. Lots of great content on there to check out for sure. You can download us on iTunes. Please download, rate, and subscribe if you would like to get us through iTunes. If you like to listen to us on the go, Stitcher Radio is the greatest app for you to get and find Am I on the Air on. Stitcher, Stitcher. Just look for Stitcher, and you can listen to us on the web with that. You can listen to us on the app with that. It's a really cool website. Of course, our official website, AmIOnTheAir.com. That's where you want to go, listen to the show, listen to the Am I Still on the Airs, look at movie reviews, look at the box office, look at trailers. It's all right there, AmIOnTheAir.com. Like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Follow us on Twitter at AmIOnTheAir. And you can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Thank you so much once again for tuning in to this brand new edition, this jam-packed edition. I appreciate you joining us for Season 8, Episode 23, Lucy and Hercules Purge. My name is Don Mega. I appreciate you. Until next time, peace. Red Dragon!